everybody! Welcome to the live stream. This is Niuniu with Tony in the studio, and you're watching a live stream with CRI Learn Chinese Facebook page and YouTube channel. Very happy to be here in the studio with Tony again, doing our, my favorite show, of course, Takeaway Chinese.
Takeaway Chinese is
pretty sure
one of my favorites too. I'm trying to get this language down. It's a challenge.
It takes practice, but I think the process can be really fun as well.
Yeah.
You learn a language, you learn a little bit about their culture.
Depending on who you learn it from.
Exactly,
yes,
that's
really
true
fun.
too. Oh, you're being very flattering today. Thank you so very much, Tony. We say in Chinese, 我都不好意思了. I'm embarrassed
really?
because of your flattering. You're just, nice words, complimentary words.
不好意思, this is like excuse me, right?
It is like excuse me. But if you say 我不好意思了, I want to excuse myself from the scene because you are making me blush, something like that. Yes, you can say that.
I think I got that.
And I hope for all of you who are watching the live stream, who are listening to the podcast Takeaway Chinese, have the same feeling. That's what I, work really hard towards, for you to learn the language. Having fun learning it. So yes, a fun way to learn the language. And as always, we are live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. You can just search for Learn Chinese and you can find us. With this kind of process, you would be able to witness the entire process of the making of the podcast show. So there will be a conversation, vocabulary, and you learn the sentences, you repeat after us. At the same time, you can ask questions and give comments on Facebook, just like real-time comments and real-time Q&A, which will be very beneficial if you're actually learning the language and asking questions.
And you can actually hear me butcher the language too, and it's also kind of fun too.
It is kind of fun for you and probably for Christian. I'm not sure if you're there yet. I'll figure it out. Perhaps you are there. If so, don't butcher the language. The language is lovely. Love it and care for it with your heart.
Yes. And I do I'm joking, but I try to get the tones down, and that's my biggest challenge with the Chinese language are the tones. So working on that, and Niuniu is really good at helping me with that.
Oh, thank you for saying that. And let's see what are some comments we've already got here in the live stream. Let me check it out. All right, I see many of you joining in already. I see Zhang Xinyong saying 你好, 你好 to you too. And we have a Jolly, happy to have you, and Jolly, and Jolly. Great to see you. No, Anjali. Anjali. Thank you. Anjali. That's good. And we have Tanvesh saying 你好. Hello to Ayar and to Collab. Also to McBay saying 你好. And to Yet Mingwei. 老师好. You're 非常高兴看到你, and you don't have to necessarily call me 老师, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're wearing the shoes of a teacher. So,
of a teacher, yes.
老师.
Yes, okay. Hello to Koi, to saying, Yan Mingwei saying 祝你新年快乐. Remember that? 祝你新年快乐.
Oh, that sounds like something come quickly. So Happy
New Year. Yes, 新年快乐. 对，其实春节也快到了。春节 would be the Spring Festival.
Yeah.
春节也快到了。We are planning on a series of videos and live streams and pictures and stuff to wish you a happy Chinese New Year, a happy Spring Festival. I think being the most important festival for traditional Chinese culture and for Chinese people, it is a great opportunity to learn about our customs, our fun traditions, and also behind the traditions, behind the surface of, the bubbly traditions of Chinese festival. You can also learn
phrases.
You can also learn about a little bit about, why would Chinese people have those traditions? What is our way of thinking, which will be very beneficial when you're also trying to understand the language and the logic behind it. So I think it's a good opportunity. Hope you guys like it. 谢谢 from Collab. You're very, very welcome. And 你好 to Young Baby Isa. Oh, that's a cute name. It's a very cute name.
Young Baby what?
ISSA.
Oh, Isa.
Isa, young baby Isa. Thank you, Tony. I love it when you help me practice or pronounce the names right. And we have Tazuring saying, Tony is looking like such a friendly man. You're a really friendly man.
Friendly man. Well, I guess that's better than being a scary man, right?
Oh, it depends. If you are doing your famous, renowned show, Dark Studio, you want to be the scary man.
Well, appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you guys for showering us with all the comments. As always, if you like the live stream, please like and share and comment much as possible. The same goes to our friend on YouTube. Please make sure you share the live stream if you really enjoying it.
Yeah.
It will help us and help other fellow Chinese learners to find us.
Ask questions, get involved in the discussion.
Exactly.
We'd really like to hear from you guys.
Exactly. And while we're doing this, actually, you will witness two sessions or two parts of the recording. During the recording, of course, we cannot talk to you directly. Otherwise, people listening to the podcast would feel, baffled. A little bit confused. What is happening?
Yeah.
A little bit. But don't worry about it. Please ask questions as long as you want to. In between each and every part of the recording, we will be answering your questions and I'll be giving examples. I'll even tease Tony a little bit because perhaps he doesn't know the answer of your question. It's all fine and we will be interacting with you. So make sure you seize the opportunity of interacting with us directly.
Yes.
Hello to Mei Mai, happy to see you. And we have Champ saying, hi Niuniu, honestly I missed ya with work and time difference. It's been a while since last time I watched you live. Glad to see you doing well and keeping the good work. Thank you. Nice. Thank you so very much for saying that. And hello to La Gain or Gain, Gain. Happy to see you here. I'm very glad to see all of you guys watching the live stream and sending in comments. And today we're going to talk about something that I feel like has something to do with all of us.
Yeah.
That is how we greet each other in the COVID period. I don't want to call it a COVID era or like COVID
I think that works
stage.
Too. The COVID era.
It works, but it's sad.
Planet COVID.
It's
that's
so
sad. That's what I call it.
Don't call it that. It's
Planet coronavirus.
You've got a really dark sense of humor, you know that?
I think so. I really do. Or a very realistic sense of humor.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, greeting.
Keeps things balanced around here.
Are you calling me too perky and peppy over there? Did you just do that?
Got that. All right.
Anyway, I like to make the scene a bit more positive because I think there are enough negative things happening in the world. So I am balancing it here as well,
Absolutely.
I don't think I can pull it off. Thank you. Like I was saying, greeting each other or the ways to greet each other has been changing because of the COVID. Previously, we'd like to share a very friendly hug or a peck on the cheek.
That's not really how it's done in China, though, right?
No. But at least we shake hands.
Yeah.
Right? It's like body contact a little bit.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're close to this person.
Because where I'm from, you do, if you don't know somebody very well, then there's the handshake. And if you're
do the
familiar,
fist bump?
Huh?
Do you do the fist pump?
The fist, that's if you're really familiar with somebody. Then you do the fist pump, you do the maybe a hug, a handshake, these kinds of things. But nowadays, everyone just looks at your hand like, what do you want me to do with that? I don't know where you've been, dude. Sorry.
I think the origin of handshake is to show people that you do not have weapon in your hands. You're showing. Yeah. At the very beginning, people shake hands because you want to show, or at the very beginning, you want to show each other you're friendly. You don't have weapon in your hands. But later on, that let's say ceremony, that greeting becomes a handshake. And
wow, I'm gonna have to look that up, man. I've never heard of that.
Well, from there it stopped being showing you have nothing hidden in your hand. It's just a friendly gesture. Anyway, so if you think about it, at the very beginning, you're trying to show there's nothing in your hand, and now we don't shake hands because we want to make sure that we don't have physical contact at all. Anyway, it's an idea.
That's very interesting. I mean, people who want to show you that they don't have a weapon, I mean, they hold their hand like this, or they would put their hands up like this.
That's just saying, no, I surrender. That's not showing your hands.
This is also an expression of, hey, look, I'm safe. Don't, I have nothing in my hands, right?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Well, that's kind of interesting.
It's kind of interesting.
I have to read up on that.
Read on it for sure. Oh, we have a question from Tu Ging saying, 现在中国病痛怎么样? I think you want to ask about the 情况 situation or 新冠疫情. So 新冠 we know is COVID. 疫 is a disease. 情 stands for 情况. So 新冠疫情怎么样? So if you're asking about the COVID situation here in China, I would say for the recent month or at most 2 months, we're seeing several cases in different places.
Yeah.
I don't think it has ever been 2-digit new confirmed cases for any specific province, but definitely, for example, I think there has been 2 confirmed cases in Beijing yesterday. And probably 3 or 2 cases in Shanxi province, which is my hometown. But as you can see, it's rather scarce. It's not a lot of people, but we're being very serious about it.
Yeah, there's certain lockdowns in certain places,
yes.
And you can't go like anywhere you want right now because cases are starting to creep just a little bit.
Exactly. When it's creeped out.
Creeping up.
Creeping up. I like that. Yeah. When it's creeping up a little bit, you want to. How do you say that?
What?
I want to say nip it in the bud.
Nip it in the bud, okay.
Yes, you want to nip it in the bud.
Deal with it right away.
Exactly. You want to make sure that this tiny little, when the COVID is showing its ugly little head here in China a little bit, you do not want it to emerge fully. Yeah. So we're taking precautions for sure, and we're trying to make sure that these several cases, this number, we want to confine the number within 1 digit instead of having it to, more and more people.
Just contain the transmission.
Contain the transmission.
Keep it down.
That's the situation nowadays. And if you have any further question, please ask. I will be happy to answer them. And we have 我的幽默感.
That means my.
幽默感. A sense of humor. 幽默感, a sense of humor. You would have a sense of humor. 122 new cases yesterday. I think we're talking about the whole situation here in China instead of the province-wise, like I said. From a province-wise, it's rather, I would say it's coming back a little bit, but it's not like a full second round comeback anyway. So yes, nip it in the bud or confine the transmission. That's the situation. And we have Karma Tashel watching from Bhutan. Happy to see you here. As I said, if you guys like the live stream, please like and share and comment much as possible. And for today, our topic is actually about the new ways to greet each other in COVID.
New greetings.
No new greetings.
New ways of skinship.
Okay. That is another way to look at it, or a fun way to call it. Yeah. And now we're going to start recording. Like I said, in between the recordings, we'll get back to you guys. But during the recording, I would suggest you to take out a piece of loose leaf and start taking some notes. And maybe after this live stream, you would be able to use several Chinese phrases or sentences, and that would be nice.
That's the plan. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so let's get started with the recording. 你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin. Joining me today, Tony Reed.
Niuniu, it's a pleasure to be here, and hello to everyone joining us on the show.
Yeah, very happy to be here and recording the show and
still
knowing.
Alive, still here. It's awesome. It's awesome to be alive.
You say that a lot recently.
I do.
Yeah, but I was trying to say that it's really nice to be able to know that after the recording, after a little while, you guys would be able to join us online and listen to the show. It's really nice. And
yes.
when we're greeting each other's
and
online.
Hopefully take something away, right?
Oh yeah, that's for
That's
sure.
the goal of every class. Every time I'm on here, guys, I'm trying to learn something. Or at least when the class is over, it's like, okay, I got one more word in.
You are my model student. You are. And today in the studio, like I said, when we're greeting each other online, it's easy. I say hello and you guys hear it from the radio. But I'm curious about the changes that has already happened in your daily life when you greet each other. So for example, Tony, are you changing your way to greet each other? Are you still shaking hands with people nowadays?
Nah, it's different now. Yeah, it's just this pandemic has changed the game. I mean, I think when I do give contact, it may be like I might do the fist pump or an elbow pump, or we just, do the head thing like, hey, how's it going?
The head thing.
Yeah, we don't, no handshakes anymore because it's just, it's uncomfortable. You don't know where that person's been, if they have it or not. And so everyone's just kind of like just playing it safe. And it's not, I think when this thing first, took off, some people found it like offensive a little bit, but now everyone's just like, okay.
Getting used to it, yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, we understand, and we are protecting ourselves as well as others.
Yeah.
It's almost like practicing social responsibility.
Almost?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely.
It definitely is. Oh, good. And I think it is important for us to come up with more creative ways to greet each other, to make it, keep it fun and keep it I would say polite, respectful, and fun. So that is going to be the topic of today. We are talking about hugging, kissing, handshaking versus social distancing.
Hugging, kissing, handshaking. Wow. Yeah, I guess this does go down. Some people do this for a greeting.
Yeah. So for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grips with the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, CRI Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway.
Chinese 101, a promise beyond the basics.
您好，久仰大名，特殊时期就不握手了哈。不了不了，现在抗疫常态化，不接触已经是新的社交礼仪了。坐下来吧，正好可以保持距离。
So yeah, this is kind of like what we were talking about, just how people are really apprehensive about just showing love, giving that hand or whatever. So it's like a negotiation. No, just kind of like
it's a normal conversation nowadays.
Normal convo, just being like, let's do something else.
Yeah, but I think it fits the situation perfectly nowadays, especially in China, because we're seeing a little bit of coming back of the COVID situation.
Yeah.
It's not that serious to the point that you're not meeting people at all. You're doing everything online. You're self-quarantine, voluntarily quarantine. It's at the stage that we're being very cautious.
Voluntarily quarantine.
Yeah, we do that sometimes. And like I said, it's not in that stage. It's at the stage that you still have to and you can go out and talk to people face to face, but you also wanted to make sure that you're keeping things safe by practicing social distancing. So that's the situation. And that is why for the first sentence, I would guess these people are meeting for the very first time. They're saying 您好，久仰大名，特殊时期就不握手了哈。
So this is like, hello, I've heard a lot about you. So I won't shake hands during this special period of time?
Yes.
Okay.
That's basically, I think that's precisely what the sentence is about. So, 您好, this is the easy one.
So this, 您好, this is the polite way of saying hello to someone, right?
Yes.
As opposed to 你好.
Yes.
And then, 家养大名. So this is 家养. This is like heard about, right?
久仰
久养.
Yes, 久仰大名.
Da is big, Ming is name, right? So
Yes.
you have a big name.
久仰大名 is actually a Chinese idiom. 久 is for a really long time. 仰 is like I've been looked up to. 大名, yes, you can understand it as the big name, but actually it means your famous name, your great name, your name that is known by a lot of people. So it's saying that you have made it in the community. Everybody knows you. That is
So it's
upon the creation of this idiom, it's a way to say that you're a successshul person.
So she's not a stalker or anything.
No,
Just saying like,
no.
"Oh, I really like you."
No, no.
Okay.
久仰大名.
久仰, you can say that too, right?
You can say that too. 久仰, 久仰. So if we think about it, 久, long time, 仰, being respectful, 大名, your great name. It's like I've known your name for a really long time. It's even though it's the first time we see each other, I know about you. So you're a famous, successful person.
That's creepy.
It's not. It's a standard way to say it. It's like saying, "Oh, you wrote a book. I love your books," even before you read it. You know,
your
it's
number one
polite.
fan.
I'm your number one fan. Yeah,
Gotta watch
precisely.
those. That's a famous movie. All right, moving on. 特殊.
特殊
This is
special.
like special, right?
Yes.
And then 时期, and this
时
is
期
like period or
Period of time, yes. 时间 time. 期 is a period.
So
And here
特殊
时期 period
this
of
is
time.
special period of time. 久.
就 is also the kind of word you see a lot in the Chinese sentence.
Yeah.
It doesn't really mean anything. It just fits the purpose
just there.
in the sentence.
Just hanging out,
in
huh?
the just
All right.
hanging out.
不我瘦了. So this is interesting. Like 我瘦了.
握手 is
This
shake
is like
hands.
shake hands.
Yes.
And since there's the boo there, that means
Won't.
no shaking hands.
No shaking hands.
And then at the end we have a ha.
We have a ha. Okay, so in the Chinese sentence, you can add these little word at the end of it. Sometimes it's just lightening the tone. Sometimes it's a suggestion. And in this case, I feel like it's a suggestion and also in a very colloquial, very conversational manner. You don't really see that in a passage if it's an official passage, but 不握手了哈, let's not do that. It's a little bit like that.
So it's like you're softening the tone.
Yes.
You're saying something and you're trying to make it sound, nicer.
Nicer, yes.
Okay.
And then 不了现在抗疫常态化，不接触已经是新的社交礼仪了。
So this is no. Now that epidemic prevention or the situation has been normalized, non-contact is a new social etiquette.
Yes.
So this was the first one for me, the bula.
不了
I mean, I've heard boo, but bula is different, but that means no.
No, and also 不了 is often used in the scenario where you're turning someone down or you're saying, no, I won't do this. So in this case, even though you're actually agreeing with the person who suggested that let's not shake hands, but since it's like not shake hands, so you're saying no to the handshaking. It's not to the person who's talking about it.
不要.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, the meaning is the same, but 不了 is more towards when someone is suggesting you to do something or suggesting something and you say 不了. For example, if I say 我请你吃饭吧.
Sure, fine, that's food, right?
Let me buy
Let's
you.
say 不要.
When you're saying 不要, it's a little bit too hard.
Aha,
The tone
so that's
is
the point. So
bit
不要
too
is too
hard.
strong, 不了 is a bit more.
No, the point is, since 不要 is too strong, nobody say that in Chinese in that scenario.
Okay.
So 不要 is don't do something, whereas 不了 is I won't do something.
Oh.
You can take it like that.
Okay.
So if I say 我请你吃饭吧, let me buy you meal. Let me buy you some food. You say 不了，我吃过了. No, it's fine. I've already had it.
Okay.
So 不了 is to turn down a
Politely
suggestion.
pull someone down.
Yes, politely.
And then 现在, that's
现在.
now, right? And then 抗议.
抗议.
So this is like the epidemic or the pandemic situation, right?
Yeah, so we have 抗议 and 防疫. 防 is 预防, so prevent. 预防疫情 would be prevent the pandemic from happening. So when we're talking about 防疫, we are leaning towards, let's say, preventional method, like wearing masks and, for example, not shaking hands. And we also have 抗议. 抗 is 抗击. 抗 is fight against. So when you're fighting against the pandemic, it's mostly about when the pandemic is already here and we are doing whatever we can to cure the people who has it and to prevent people from having it when they are not having it. And 抗议防疫 usually are put together. That is another situation or a common scenario in the Chinese language. We'd like to put the words with similar meanings together to emphasize on the meaning. So if you see 抗议 or 防疫 in a Chinese context, they are basically talking about the same thing. That is, us human beings fighting against the COVID-19.
So that means you have to know the meaning of those two words so you can put them together and understand the new meaning.
I think they're pretty much interchangeable loosely if you don't be too strict about it.
Okay. So that's like anti or epidemic prevention.
Yes.
And then 常态化.
常态化.
常态化. This is something that's been like normalized, right?
Yes. 常态 is the normal situation and 化 is to lies something.
Okay.
So 常态化, normalize.
And then we have 不接触. So 接触 is like contact.
Contact.
So then 不 means no contact.
Exactly.
And then 已经, this is already.
Already.
Yeah. 是新的, so new. And then 社交.
社交.
礼仪. So this is like,
yes.
社交 is social. Yeah?
Yes.
And then 礼仪 is etiquette.
礼仪 is etiquette and it's from the surface of it. 礼仪 is like ceremony.
Okay.
仪 is how you act or how you behave yourself on a ceremony. So from the surface level of it, it's like the things to do, the right things to do, the etiquette, the custom, the
Yeah, etiquette.
etiquette. Yes, 礼仪.
Okay.
社交礼仪.
社交礼仪了. Right?
Yes, it is already the new social etiquette.
Yeah.
And then 坐下来吧，正好可以保持距离.
So this is let's sit down and so that we can keep our distance from each other, right?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. When you translate it into English, it sounds a little bit strange.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
actually, because of the tone and also the context in Chinese, it's kind of like saying, let's sit down, or let's sit down. And at the same time, we can, rest and talk a little bit. And also it coincides with the topic, the small chat we have just had, which is keep social distancing. And when we sit down, we would have a decent distance between us. So that's the thing. When you're talking in Chinese people like to have this so-called 承上启下kind of, I'll say, sentences. That is, 承上启下 means the sentence that's linking the first topic and also the second topic. And this would be considered a sentence like that.
Okay, so let's kind of go over this. So 坐下来. So 坐下, this is like sit down, right?
Sit down.
Right? And then 来 is kind of like come.
Yes.
Sit down. And then 吧 is kind of like a way of saying let's do this.
Let's do
together,
this.
Right? And then 正好. So this is what exactly does this mean in this context?
正 is straight, 好 is good. So 正好 is just, or it's just right. It so happens to help us keep a distance. It coincides with the situation. 正好.
Okay. 可以, this means can, right? And then 保持. So this is, I guess, keep, right?
Keep.
And then 距离 is like distance.
Yes, 保持距离, keep distance. 距离.
Julie. Okay.
Yeah.
保持 Julie. It means keep distance, pretty much.
Yes. So in the sentence 坐下来, but let's sit down. You can see in English you still have the let's if you're suggesting something. But in Chinese we have a form or a, let's say, type, a kind of sentences that we call 祈使句, the imperative sentence. It's the sentences that are suggesting something or ordering someone to do something or giving a soft, forbidden kind of order. So if you ask people to do something or not to do something, in the Chinese language you can use 祈使句, imperative sentences. Excuse me.
All right. 祈使句.
祈使句.
Okay.
So for 祈使句, there are the rather hard tone ones. So if you order someone to stand up, in English, of course, you say stand up, and in Chinese, same thing, you say 站起来.
站起来.
站起来. Stand up. And also, you can say things like, for example, if you are in a classroom and you're already late for the class and the teacher said no, he's not coming in, and after a while, after the punishment is already, over, the teacher would say 让他进来, let him in.
让他进来.
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 Yes. So for these kind of sentences, it's rather, the tone is rather hard, and it's an ordering kind of sentence.
Okay.
And we also have the one that is asking for advice or for permission or being very, very nice. So the tone can be really soft. For example, I can say, please have a seat. Do you know how to say, please have a seat?
So this one is, I'm sure there's a nin here and a qing, right?
Yep.
And then
sit.
Zuo.
Yes. 您请坐.
Can we say 您请坐下?
You can totally say that.
Okay.
And like we mentioned in the beginning, these kind of sentences does not necessarily have to take a subject. You don't really have to have the subject in it. You can, like 您请坐, you please sit down. But if you say 请坐,请坐, please sit down, it also works.
请坐,请坐.
Or yes,
Why
or
do you
just
say it
请坐吧.
twice?
When you're saying it twice, you're extra polite.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's that.
Sit.
Sit, please sit, take a sit. And also we have the one that is asking people to not do anything. So that would be, for example, if I say, don't go.
Maybe 不要去.
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 See, 不要 is kind of hard. The tone is kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of firm and strong kind of tone.
Okay, so you're kind of ordering.
You're kind of
people.
ordering people not to do something. And when you're asking people not to do something, you can say, don't make fun of him. But like, you should stop making fun of him, something like that. So you can say, 你可别拿他开玩笑了.
Okay. 你们可别 so 可别拿他开玩笑了.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a long sentence.
Make fun. How do you say that?
拿他开玩笑. Make fun of him.
拿他开玩笑.
Yes, that's how you say it.
Wait, if I want to say, why are you smiling? 为什么你笑?
你笑什么?
你笑什么?
You smile what?
Right.
You
你笑
smile
什
at
么?
what or you laugh at what?
Okay.
你笑什么? Okay, so imperative sentence, to sum it up, there are mostly four kind. You have the order people to do things and order people not to do things, and ask people to do things and ask them not to do things. And the most significant feature of this sentence is that this is the only kind of sentence in the Chinese language that does not take a subject. It doesn't need to have a subject. Other than that, other sentences should have subjects. That's basically it.
Okay.
All right, so do you have any other questions towards the conversation?
Not at this time. I think we're good. I think let's try to get through it and see if I can voice it okay.
Okay,
see.
how about you start?
All right. So 您好，久仰大名，特殊时期就不说了哈。
不了，现在疫情常态化，不接触已经是新的社交礼仪了。
坐下来吧 right?
Yeah.
坐下来吧。
坐下来吧。
坐下来吧。正好可以保持距离。
Great! You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Hongling, and Tony. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's talk about some new ways to greeting in the COVID period. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. And that is the first half of Takeaway Chinese. If you like the show, if you like what you're looking at, watching right now, and you'd like to, be able to listen to the podcast while you're commuting or you're exercising, doing your sports, and doing house chore, you can search for Takeaway Chinese in wherever you listen to your podcast. It's a good way to practice your Chinese.
Yeah, just practice and try. As you can see, I do my best, and even though I don't execute the way that I want, it's still here, still practicing, and I think that you just try to take something away each class. I think that's most important.
Exactly. And I will use this chance to say hello and also, to our dear friends online, and also I'll be able to answer some questions. So very good for me. To Harry, hello to you. And I'm saying hello to I'm saying hello to many friends, Son Nam and Twingie saying 谢谢你的答案. Thank you for your answer. You're very, very welcome. And we have Maradi saying hello to you too. And we have Collab saying, do you teach writing? Well, if you're talking about writing Chinese characters, we have a series of short videos teaching you how to write certain characters, and they're really, really short, within 1 minute, and you can learn that character and you can learn how to use it in words. So
as you can see, she's a one-stop shop for Chinese.
Thank you. And that's actually true. Just stay with your I Learn Chinese Facebook page and YouTube channel. And if you're talking about writing essays or writing Chinese passage, we haven't done it yet, to be honest. We would love to, but 如果要是你可以用中文写文章的话，那你应该可以听懂我说的话，对不对？所以这应该是一个非常高阶的课程了。我们可以回头看一下大家有没有这方面的需要。如果要是有这方面的需要，我们也可以聊一聊怎么用中文写文章啊。Did you understand what I said?
Nothing.
I said if you are requiring a set of courses talking about how to write passage in Chinese, like read articles, then your Chinese must be pretty good already. And we haven't done anything like that before, but in the future, if you guys have that need, of course, we can arrange several series of videos talking about writing in Chinese.
Yeah,
right?
that's the very advanced class, apparently.
That's very advanced. And we have Zion Zep saying, oh, they are live again. I'm here. How are you guys? We are very well. Thank you so much for that enthusiastic, warm welcome, warm greeting to us.
Zion, right? Beautiful name.
Yeah, thank you for that. And hopefully you're enjoying this. If you have any questions, make sure you ask them. And Hoy Lakes, hi! Haven't seen you for a while. Happy to see you here. And we are I'm saying hello to Mark. Mark got really good taste in art. I love your profile photo. Your name is Mark Lickers, and your profile photo is a animated person wearing a crown in a painting frame. That's super cool.
Yeah. Sounds pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Karma Tashel is saying your English is so nice. You're talking to Tony, right? They're complimenting your English.
They're talking about your English.
I know. Okay, so in the first half of the live stream, in the first half of the recording of the show, we had this conversation between two people whom I'd like to consider meeting for the first time, because they said that 久仰大名, first time meeting. Well, let's say I've heard your name so many times, or I know about you. It's something you say for the first time.
久仰久仰.
久仰, that's good too. 久仰. Heard about you so many times. Great to meet you in person. And they talked a little bit about social etiquette, or the kind of ways to greeting in the new normal day and age.
Right.
Yes. And in the second half, we are going to continue discussing different ways to greet each other. And if you are interested, please share your creative ways to greet each other or the most common ways you greet each other with, and let us know in the comment area. We'll be happy to hear that. And before receiving a lot, I'm hoping a lot of messages from Facebook, let's continue recording.
Let's do it.
Language tips. All you need to learn about Chinese culture and have fun.
Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony in the studio. I was hoping you were going to say hello or something, but it's a short break and it is fine.
Yeah, I'm just looking at, or I'm thinking about how we're going to talk about these different greetings from different parts of the world. It's pretty interesting.
I think the funny thing for me is that after doing some research, I realized that people find out, or people, well, I realized that people found out, or they have come up with creative ways to replace the original manners of greeting already.
Yeah.
It's really cute. So, for example, previously when we see each other in a rather official setting or a business environment, we would shake hands.
Yeah.
It's standard, it's easy, and it's really, really polite. So, 握手.
握手.
Yes.
Right? 握手了.
握手, yeah, 握手 used to be a standard way of greeting each other. And because of the COVID, because of social distancing, we started to find different ways to shake hands. That is the, I would say, elbow pump, right?
Yeah, the elbow pump. Sometimes you see pictures of different people. Lately, like politicians, they'll like stick their elbow out and pose and take a picture with their masks on. I mean, everybody's doing this elbow pump thing nowadays.
Yeah.
And at first it's like, what are you doing? And then it's like, oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
That is a good one. But at the same time, when I first see people doing elbow pump, I was a little bit curious because I thought, you were advised to sneeze in your elbow, and now you're doing elbow touching. And then I realized it's because when you're touching, it's the outside of it, and you're sneezing into the inside of it. So it's, kind of fine.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're sneezing into the inside of your elbow.
Yes.
Yeah. No contamination.
No contamination. That's very important. Yeah. So 握手现在已经没有了。我们会碰手臂。手臂 is your arm. 碰 is bump into or is bump or touch.
Right.
So 碰手臂.
碰手臂.
Yeah, that's something we do. So it's a new thing. And in China, actually, there is another one that I would not say it's very popular, but you can try doing it and it'll be fun and it'll be considered polite. That is, you do this. You make a bowl with hands folded in front.
Yeah, it's the kung fu pose.
It's the kung fu pose.
You just do this like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called bai nian, right?
坐揖.
坐揖?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bai nian?
Or you can just call it 拱手礼.
拱手礼.
Right, 拱手礼. Yeah, that is a kind of Chinese way of doing it. And it has a really long tradition. I think back in the Zhou dynasty, which is the BC period of time.
Yeah, a long time. Whenever you say the word dynasty, it's like ages ago.
Ages ago. So in the rites of Zhou, 周礼里面就有这个拱手礼的动作. I think it's rather cute. On top of that, previously we also have in the, I'll say, very enthusiastic part of the world, people have a little peck on the cheek, right?
Yeah, in a lot of
亲面颊.
the Latin countries, they'll do the peck on both sides of the cheeks. Yeah, it's really,
and it's considered a kind of greetings between close friends and between, I'll say, families. And probably it's not used in official settings, alright? It's not used in business environment.
It can be.
It can be.
If it's among this group of people, then they do it.
Oh, 亲面颊. 亲 is kiss, 面颊 is cheek.
亲面.
Or 亲面礼.
Qin mian li.
Yeah, it works as well.
Okay.
Li is the etiquette.
All right.
Or
I'm not sure people doing it today. I mean, maybe with the masks on, that might be that might be still going on. But
so I would suggest, if you are a fan of peck on the cheek kind of, let's say, greetings, you can also give people 飞吻.
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 飞 is fly.
Okay.
吻 is kiss.
A fly, blow someone a kiss.
Exactly. So instead of actually kiss them on the cheek, you can say mwah, mwah, without touching your mouth, for sure.
I can't pull that off.
You can't. You're not cute enough.
Yeah.
See, it's sweet, it's close, and your hands, your mouth, your cheek, not touching anything. Mwah. That works, right?
Okay.
飞吻, remember that. I think it's a cute one in Chinese. 飞 is fly, and 吻 is a kiss. Fly a kiss.
飞吻.
Or yes, blow a kiss, blow kisses. 飞吻. That's another thing. And another one is when you're really respecting someone, you can bow to show your respect.
Oh yeah, you see this a lot in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So 鞠躬.
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 Yes, 鞠躬.
Okay, 鞠躬.
Okay, so you're stretching the first sound a little bit. It's the 鞠 is one sound. 鞠躬.
Oh, 鞠躬.
Perfect.
Okay.
So take a bow a little bit. And I think this one's a bit tricky, because I think in China, if you're doing that, you're being a little bit too polite.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure
Don't
in
see
other
any
countries.
bowing here. Rarely ever see it.
No.
Yeah.
There's that. And another one I think I've been witnessing much often than before is 双手合十.
Oh, say it again.
So 双手 is both hands.
双手.
合十 is kind of like put together. So palm, you're putting your palm together in front of your chest. I see this when
Namaste.
exactly when people say namaste. But in Chinese, you can do that as well a little bit. Make it slow, and you're saying thank you, or we're saying hi, nice to meet you. Being very respectful, you can do that too.
In Thailand, they do that a bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 双手合十, we call it that.
双手合
十.
十.
Yeah, 双手合十. Do that too. And if you are a lovely girl who's being cute and sweet, there's another really nice one, I would say. 比心.
比心.
Yes, so 比 is to give a gesture of something. 心 is heart. So there are different ways to 比心.
比心.
Can you 比心?
To give a heart?
Yeah.
What, like this?
Oh, you can do this. Yeah, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can also do this.
You know, I see people do that all the time, and I'm like, what is she? Is this person signaling like they want money or what? Because in our culture, if you do this, this means, yeah, I want money.
No. If you're using 3 fingers, that's your counting money. Paper notes. But 2 fingers, it's like these 2 part of the finger are giving a tiny little shape of a heart.
That's misleading. It almost...
You know, the origin, or I think the most significant one I saw from it, there is that if you're wearing a jacket and you have these inside pocket, and you tell people, wait a minute, I have something for you. And you reach your hand into the pocket and you give them the heart.
Oh my goodness.
I know, a little bit cheesy, but it can be fun
Queen
if you're
cheese
using it
ball
right. So, wait a minute, I have something for you. What you have? My heart. I think it's funny.
Queen cheesy over here, guys.
You're calling me Queen Cheesy. I kind of like it. It's funny. So, like I said, being a little bit creative when it comes to giving out gesture or greeting each other. You can create a little, let's say, greeting each other dance, or happy to see you dance, or victory dance between you and your close friend. You can also create a gesture with your hands or with whatever. Just not being able to give each other close body contact doesn't mean we cannot show each other how important you are to me. It doesn't mean we can't have fun even with greetings.
Yeah, but a lot of us are so hardwired to give contact. Unless you're from a culture where you don't do the the bowing or the what is it, 双手合.
是.
It's tough. If when that's removed, it's almost like it's a very cold greeting. So it's for some people it's a bigger challenge than others.
Yeah, and if you find all that a little bit too much for your style, if you're a very shy person, you can always give each other a very warm smile. 微笑.
微笑. And that's if you're not wearing a mask, which everyone is, so you won't be able to see that either.
Well, I think if you're actually 微笑 really, really hard, you can still see from the eyes. I can see from the eyes.
Okay.
I would understand. All right, so that basically are the ones that I have prepared for different gestures, and I have one last one that is also super girly. And I will try doing it. It's the...
What's that?
That's saying hello.
Is that hello?
It's the finger guns and a wink.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. That's a new way to say
greet
hi
each
to
other.
someone, I guess.
Hi. Yeah, that's a little too much. Even I cannot pull it off, but I'm just saying, be creative and have fun. And that is the recording of Takeaway Chinese. Even though I think both form of the show have their perks. For the podcast version, which you can find on wherever you listen to your podcast, just search for Takeaway Chinese. You can do it while you're also minding your other business, doing house chore or whatever. But when you're watching the live stream, you would be able to see me posing for hearts, 比心, and Tony nodding his head, but secretly
shaking my head.
Exactly, not agreeing with all the cheesy ones and all these ones. But still, I really hope you can enjoy the show, whichever way you choose. And for the live stream, another huge perk is that you guys get to ask questions and get your answers directly from us. So yes, I'm very happy to see many of you are saying hello and giving let's say posting questions and comments. Thank you so much for your support. As always, if you like the live stream, please like and comment, and well, as much as possible. Ooh, I'm curious, Tony. I think there's the foot pump as well, right? We didn't include it in the
I guess there's a foot
show,
pump
but I don't think it's
or a foot shake.
A foot shake, yes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the foot shake?
I'm not sure. I've never done one, never seen one, but I think that it would require a lot of balance on both people's part. And it's a lot of effort.
Sure.
It just feels like the elbow would be a lot easier.
Yeah, the elbow's easier.
Oh yeah.
And also for probably the foot shake would be for much younger people with great balance.
Well, no, I mean, if I'm wearing jeans, it might be all right. But if I'm wearing my slacks and you put your shoe on my pants,
Not happening.
That's not a good look.
No. And I'm saying hello to Giovanni and to Maria. Thank you for your compliment. And Jeff, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. And to Glam saying hello to you too. I have already shared the live stream onto my personal account, and recently I'm going to transfer my personal account into a public page so that more people would be able to follow and see the content. Hope you can still follow and check out the page once in a while to see some behind the scene materials and also to see some bloopers of my video shootings. Yes. And if you guys have any questions, you can always leave the questions on Here I Learn Chinese Facebook page or my personal page. I would answer them as soon as I see them. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you guys so very much for this lovely 1 hour. And as always, your support and your love is very, very important and very encouraging to both of us and all of us in the team. So thank you so very much.
Absolutely. You guys have a good time. Pleasure being with you on the show.
Oh yeah, I can do that too when you're saying
that's
goodbye.
another way.
Yeah, or can I say peace out?
Yeah, it works for a lot of things nowadays. I mean, you can say peace out or
Peace out.
how's it going, goodbye, all of that works.
Yeah, as long as you're sincere and having fun with your friends, the world is going to be a better place
Yes.
after the COVID or despite the COVID.
Yes.
Yes, all right. I'll see you guys for the next live stream and thank you so much. See you.
All right, see you later.